Welcome to Using Counters in the Wittmann R9 Control System. Counters in Wittmann robots are basically storage spaces in memory that can store numbers. Counters must contain a whole number in the range of minus 2,147,483,648 to positive 2,147,483,647. Common uses are A, to count up or down, of course, B, as a memory bit to remember if something has happened or not. When using them for this purpose, we typically store either a 1 or a 0 in the counter. C, to perform math in our program. We can use counters to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulo division. D, as handshakes between programs running simultaneously, such as with background programs. Here again, we would typically store a 1 or a 0 to serve as a trigger to another running program. Using them to count is basically a math function adding to or subtracting from a counter. As such, you can count by any number you wish. For instance, to insert a counter instruction to count by fives, select the counter button on the Teach menu. This will bring you to the counter/variable window. Select the Counter tab to create a counter instruction. Pay attention to the display at the bottom of the window to see the changes to your instruction as you create it. Under the Select Result section, select the Counter button and select the counter you wish to use to hold the result on the left side of the equal sign, then the OK button. Under the Select Left Operand section, pull down the drop-down list to select the type of operand, select Counter, and under Counter, select the Counter button to select the counter you wish to use as the left operand on the right side of the equal sign, and then the OK button. Under the Choose Operation section, select the plus operator. In this case, we want the right operand to be a numeric value, so the selection Value in the Type of Operand list box is what we want. The value we want to count by will be 5, so we will select the value box, type 5, and then OK to enter the value into the box. At the bottom, we see the expression we have created. Counter 8 equals counter 8 plus 5. Select the Insert button to insert the instruction into the text program. Each time this instruction is executed, it will add 5 to counter 8. Select the Counter button to see the counter variable window again. Under the Select Results section, we have several cheat buttons to allow us to quickly create simple, often used expressions such as incrementing and decrementing, and setting a counter to a specific value. Choosing +1 will quickly give us an expression which adds 1 to a counter, although I can easily change the value to be added to whatever I want. Choosing the -1 button will quickly give me a decrement, but again, I can change the subtracted value to something of my choosing. Choosing =0 or =1 allows me to quickly create an expression which sets a counter to a chosen value. To enter a negative number, use the +- key on the keyboard. To alter the characteristics or definition of a counter, select the Setup tab at the bottom of the Edit window. then select the Variables and Collection box. Select the Counters button to open the Counters window. Select the counter to work with and select the Edit button. In the Edit Counter window, you may change the name of the counter, select whether the counter will be shown in Wittmann's Quick Look app, or select whether the counter will be a permanent counter. A permanent counter is one whose value cannot be cleared using the reset buttons in the manual screen. I will enter this line into this program and then step on the line to put a value in counter 7. The line I just inserted will place a 1 into counter 7 that I have renamed Good Parts. When I step on this line, it will execute it, placing a 1 into that counter. Counters can be manipulated from the manual screen. After choosing the Manual button and the Manual tab, select the Counter button. In this screen, I can view the current values of all 255 counters. I can also manipulate the values of all counters, even while the robot is running in automatic. Caution: make sure you understand any differences that may occur in your program sequence before changing the values of any counters while running in automatic mode. Damage could result. To change the value of a counter, select the value window for the counter you want to change, enter the value, then select the OK button. On the right, note the Reset and Reset All buttons. To reset an individual counter to 0, select the counter to reset, then select the Reset button. To reset all 255 counters, select the Reset All button. Neither reset button will operate in automatic mode. Note that neither reset button will reset counter 7, which I previously set as a permanent counter. I can only manipulate the counter by using instructions in the Teach program. Thank you for watching at Wittmann, World of Innovation.